I'm always looking for new products to improve my setup, but sometimes they don't end up being a good fit. That's why I turn to Amazon with its easy return policy. I recently purchased 5 highly rated desk accessories on Amazon, and after weeks of testing, I'm keeping all of them. I love my Logitech MX Master 2 mouse, so the MX Vertical had a major uphill battle to climb if it wanted to stay on my desk. Honestly, it didn't give the best first impression, but in the end, it won me over. In addition to your standard right and left click, the MX Vertical features a comfortable scroll wheel that can click. It has front and back buttons, and a button to change the DPI or pointer speed. I was happy to see that this mouse charges with USB-C and can be used across 3 devices with Logitech Flow. Now initially it feels really weird. I couldn't figure out if my arm should float or rest down on the table, and it feels more like a writing position than your typical mousing hand and arm angle. I spent years using only a Wacom pen and tablet, so this position wasn't totally foreign, but it does take a long time to get used to. I stuck with it for over 2 weeks and finally it did start to feel natural. One issue I noticed was the tendency to drag instead of click on links. When your index finger pushes too hard when you click, you'll push the mouse over to the left. Over time, I believe you subconsciously train yourself to hold the mouse tighter with your thumb. This gives counter pressure and prevents the click and drag. What I recommend is to try and use it side by side with a standard mouse. I had to force myself to keep using it because initially I wanted to write it off as being too different. Over time, you may actually find it's uncomfortable to go back to your standard mouse. If you decide it's still not for you, take advantage of Amazon's return policy. For me, I'm keeping it. We've been using the Shure MV7 mics here at BTOD for close to a year now and have been very happy with them. The microphone has a headphone jack, XLR input, and USB all on the back of the mic. At home, I connected to my laptop with USB to record audio for our videos, just like I'm doing right now. I purchased the mic packaged with the Manfrotto mic stand. I love its premium look and feel. You also can attach the mic to a boom arm if you want to get it off your desk and move it around. The free Shure Plus Motive app makes the mic so easy to use. It's basically plug and play. The app has both auto and manual modes, so you can decide how much you want to control based on your experience or the situation you're in. Another great feature is the ability to adjust both the headphones and the microphone volume with a slider on top of the mic. The audio quality is great coming from the MV7. I have been especially impressed with how good it sounds when using the USB only. For the price point, this is the best USB mic I've tested. Using XLR to record will improve the audio quality, but it will require some extra hardware to make it work. In the studio, we use 2 Shure MV7s connected by XLR to our Rodecaster Pro mixer. The mix of the great build quality, ease of use, and most importantly the great audio quality make this a product that I will not only keep, but I've already bought more of. There are a couple negatives to talk about, but nothing I can't work around. The MV7 has no built-in shock mount, so if you're moving around or bump the desk and stand it's on, you will get some unwanted noises. Also, the plosives can be bad, so it helps to keep some distance from the mic to avoid those. We literally have a stack of these standing mats in our office, and I've tried lots of them. My favorite of the bunch is also a favorite on Amazon, the Topo Comfort Mat by Ergo Driven. This mat comes in 4 different colors in both large and mini sizes. I like the large size for the extra surface area and features. I have a standing desk both at work and at home, and as much as I want to say I stand a lot, the truth is I spend about 80% of the time sitting. This brings me to one of the biggest reasons I love this mat. The big ramp in the front acts as a footrest. The majority of the time I'm sitting, I'll have my feet perched up on the front of this mat. For those that don't have an adjustable height desk, the standard desk height is about 30 inches, which is better suited to someone 6 foot or taller. If you're shorter than that, the mat will allow you to bring your chair up higher to the desk, putting you at a more ergonomic position. You have lots of options when it comes to standing on this mat. When I'm at my home office, I kick off my shoes and the experience is much better. The mat features a teardrop, rails, hook, and a shelf. To me, this sounds like a skate park, and that's kind of the idea. I spend the majority of my time moving around the back ramp, allowing it to stretch out different muscle groups. Topo mats promote moving around, and I find it keeps me more engaged in my work. Honestly, the only downside I can think of is the price. There are cheaper options like going with the mini version by Ergo Driven, and I also like the CubeFit brand mats. But I personally don't think you can go wrong with the Topo Comfort Mat. We've tested lots of different monitor lights here at BTOD, so I was excited to see the premium model, the Halo. Everything looks and feels great, and the build quality is the best of any light bar I've seen. With BenQ's heavy counterweight system, it easily attached to the multiple different monitors and even the iMac I tested. No joke, when I turned this light on, I let out a whoa. The halo covers a huge area with a very consistent and pleasing glow of light. The screen bar also has a great asymmetrical lighting angle, which means the light doesn't bounce back on the screen of your monitor. It's super easy to change the brightness and color settings at the turn of the dial. The ranges are large, from bright to dark and from cool to warm. There also is an auto setting if you'd like the screen bar to adjust based on the ambient light in the room. This is great for a home office with lots of windows. My favorite feature was being able to save a favorite. I typically find my ideal settings and stick with them. I love not having to reach up and touch the bar to change things. With cheap light bars, I always seem to tip them when making adjustments. So if you're okay with having one extra item on your desk, the remote puck makes adjustments a breeze. This is the only light bar I've used that has a backlight function. You have the option to have the light on in the back only, the front only, or both. The backlight is really nice for watching movies as it helps alleviate eye strain and just makes for a cool atmosphere. A downside to this light bar is that it only comes in silver. When compared to a black light bar, it definitely stands out more, rather than fading back into the monitor. I'd prefer to forget that I'm even using a monitor light bar. BenQ's other screen bar comes in black, and they are both aluminum alloy polycarbonate, so I'm not sure why they don't offer the halo in black as well. One annoyance for me with this product was the need to wake up the remote. I understand the need for it to go to sleep to save battery, but when you want to make a quick change, the delay feels like it's a minute long. Finally, the fingerprints on the halo are really bad. Like, really bad. These issues might be cause for some to look for other options, but that wow factor is still keeping this at my setup. I'm the type that always likes to fidget with something when I'm sitting in a meeting or at my desk. If I'm at home, usually it's a couple Legos that I have sitting around my office. I thought, why not get something that looks cool sitting on my desk, but also serves a purpose? The Speks Geode Fidget is highly rated on Amazon, so I thought I'd give it a try. The magnetic pieces come nicely packaged, and when you see them, it's natural to kind of want to get them in your hands. The individual pieces look and feel great, and I really like the two-tone colors. Any way you decide to connect all the pieces, it won't create a very big sculpture, so don't expect it to make a big impact as a decorative piece on your desk. There are a few different things you can make with it though. You can make a sphere or geode. There's different ways of stacking them up. You can create a flat pattern. My son even made a little golf ball holder for me. It works pretty well as a fidget for keeping your hands busy while watching a video or maybe reading a document. The problem is, I found you kind of have to use two hands to make it worthwhile. So if you're sitting on the phone, there isn't really a ton to do. If you're buying it to be a cool looking item to decorate your desk, then it's a bit too small. And if you're buying it to be a fun fidget toy to occupy your hands, it does just barely enough. Personally, I don't think it's worth the current price of $30, but I also like it enough that I'll keep it. If there are any desk accessories you'd like me to test out so you don't have to, let me know what they are in the comments. Thanks for watching.